tutorial. So today I'm going to be teaching us mathematics, and the aspect of mathematics which I'm going to be showing us today is a question on indicial equation. So here is the question. It says solve for x if x raised to power root x equals root x raised to power x. Maybe looking at this question will become frightened, but there's no problem. So let us work it out. We need the value of x that will make this left hand side to be equal to this right hand side. What must be the value of x? So how do we work it out? Solution now. Let us write the question again. So how do we solve this problem? Mind you, let me quickly say this. If you have, in mathematics, if you have something such as root x, this can be expressed as x raised to power 1 over 2. So I'm going to change this root x to x raised to power 1 over 2. So this implies that I'm going to have x raised to power x raised to power 1 over 2. This will be equal to x raised to power 1 over 2, everything raised to power x. So we continue. Let us recall again, one of the laws of indices is if you have x raised to power a, everything raised to power b, this is going to be equal to x raised to power a multiplied by b. So it means if I rewrite this implies if I write this as x, okay, then this will become x. This 1 over 2 will multiply x. So that means I'm going to have x multiplied by 1, that is x, over 2. Okay? From the law of indices, you will see that this base is x. This base also is x. So because this base and this base are the same thing, it shows that this and this can cancel out. And once that happens, what we're going to be left with will be x raised to power 1 over 2 equals x over 2. Okay? Now, this implies that from here now, I'm going to rewrite this x raised to power 1 over 2. I'll write it as square root of x equals x over 2. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, if you look at this left hand side, you will see that you have an x. And at this right hand side, you still have an x. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to do something. This root x and this x, I need to bring them together so that I can have only one x. How am I going to achieve that? Let us cross multiply. Okay, let us cross multiply. If we cross multiply, it means I'm going to multiply these two by root x. So if I put this over 1, okay, such that this one becomes a fraction, so if I cross multiply, I will have 2 root x equals x multiplied by 1 will give you x. Now, we are getting there. So we need this root x to leave this spot. We need it to be moved to this x. How do we achieve that? We divide both sides by root x. That is, we have 2 root x over root x equals x over root x. Then, this and this will cancel out, so that we have 2 equals x over root x. Now, let us do something. So let me write this as x divided by root x. Instead of using this, let us use this division sign. So this implies that we're going to have 2 equals So this x, let us write it as x raised to power 1 because x in index form is x raised to power 1. So divided by this root x will be written as x raised to power 1 over 2. And if you recall, okay, from one of the laws of indices, if you have an index and another index, and there's a division sign between them, okay, with the same base, you pick one and you subtract the power so that you have x raised to power 1 minus 1 over 2. So this implies that you have 2 equals x. 1 minus 1 over 2 will give you 1 over 2. So how do we need to remove this 1 over 2 so that we have x alone. So how do we achieve this? Let us write this as 2 equals, so I'll transform this now to root x. Okay, so which means I need to remove this root. How do I achieve that? I will scale both sides. So I will scale this so that I have 2 raised to power 2. I will scale this also. So this and this will cancel out. So it means finally, let us write our final answer here. 2 raised to power 2 is 4 equals, so I have an x here. So it shows that the value of x is 4. So, and if you put this 4 into this equation, you will see that the left hand side will be equal to the right hand side. Let us quickly check that out. As a check now, so let us look at the left hand side. If I put 4 here, so I'll have 4 raised to power root 4. This will be equal to root 4 raised to power 4. That is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 here is 2 raised to power 4. 4 raised to power 2, that is 16. 2 raised to power 4 is also 16, which is to show that our value of x is actually 4. So this is all I have for us today. Thank you for listening. I hope you have learned one or two things. If you have any question, you can reach out to me on our page. We'll be available to attend to your questions. Thank you.